Welcome to Skylife, everybody. I wanted to come on here today to talk to you guys about the Russian and the Ukraine war. I'm up early this morning, watching the news and just reflecting on a couple of things. And I did state that I wanted to do a video on this topic. And so I had a couple of minutes and I wanted to talk about some of the things that I saw. And speaking to people in regards to this war, a lot of people seem to, how do I put it, act as if it's not our problem, not our issue, don't worry about it, and pretty much deflect onto something else. However, Skylife is I don't know if you guys know it, but I'm a doomsday preparer. But I'm also a realist, okay? So I want you guys to just think with me for a moment, okay? If you have a moment, close your eyes and put yourself over in one of those Ukrainian villages that's being bombed by Russian troops. You're in your home, probably watching TV, maybe playing with your kids, playing with your pets, um, might be eating with a significant other or a family member. And then all of a sudden, a second, your entire world changes. You literally have bombs and missiles coming through your roof. Some of your family members are hit, hurt, and killed by these missiles. You only have a few moments to gather your personal belongings and things that you might need to survive. Because in a split second, your life went from being normal to now you have to be on the run for your life and for the safety of whoever is left in your home. Okay, so imagine running around your house. You're like, oh my God, I need to get money. I need to get food. I might need my passport, my ID, my medicine. And if you have children, you're trying to pack a bag for them as well. If you have elderly people in your home, you're trying to assist them. If all these people are still alive, you're making a decision. Do I leave my pet? Do I take my pet with me? My pet is also going to need food. So in a split second, you're trying to gather your personal belongings, clothes, weapons, ammunition, anything that you tent, anything that you might need to survive the next moments that you are about to encounter. Now, let's say your car wasn't damaged by the missiles. You might get in the car, and guess what? You didn't get your gas, so you don't even have a full tank. You're trying to pack up the car with what you can, rushing, forgetting things, trying to make sure you have the essential things to live, while at the same time you have military bombs blowing up around you. So you get in your car and you drive. You're trying to drive to safety. And then, of course, you hit a line. I have to try and get gas because I didn't get any gas the day before when I said I was going to get gas. So I get to the place where there's a fuel station and they run out of gas, of course. So now you're sitting there in a vehicle in which you don't have any gas. The only thing you have is your belongings and your family members who survived the attack. You might have a pet with you, but you have literally left the home that you have lived in for 40, 50 years for some people, maybe even longer. Leaving all, leaving your home, okay? The home that you've probably paid for, the mortgage is paid on it, you actually own the home, and now in a split second, it means nothing because you have Russian soldiers coming in to confiscate, possibly kill you, and take all of your possessions and your home as if it never had any value at all. So you're at this gas station, and eventually you're trying to drive out of the city, and of course you run out of gas. So now you're on foot with your children, the family members who actually survived the attack. You might have an elderly person who doesn't walk fast, therefore you have to assist them. And now you had a car full of your possessions, and now you are left with only a few bags that you're able to carry. So you had to leave majority of your possessions that you already had to sift through to get into the car, and now you have to leave that vehicle because it no longer has any gas for you to move. So you might walk with a bag of food and water because that's all you can carry because you have family members. You have to help them with their bags. And so you have to assist. So you're walking, and I saw the video on TV, and a lady said she walked 18 hours. 18 hours to just get to a point where she saw Ukraine military troops. Okay, so you're walking with your family and you get to the point where you see military troops for who you think are your people, safety, the Ukraine military. You're hungry, you're sick because it's freezing cold, you don't have any food, you don't have any more medicine, you're just trying to get to safety. And now I want you to take a second and open your eyes and realize that you are Black. Now, most of us, we wouldn't think that at a time like this, going through the same hardships, going through the same plight, losing my family members, suffering, trying to dodge the same missiles and bullets that someone else has, just trying to get to safety with my few possessions that I was able to gather with me and the few family members that I have, and I get to a place that I think is safe. And once again, it gets to the point of me being treated different now because of the color of my skin. You know, it bothers me. You know, I was very sympathetic, and I still am sympathetic for the people of Ukraine, but it really hurts my soul to know that the very few coloreds and black folks that are there also fleeing for safety were discriminated against. Even if they purchased a ticket to get on a bus, their access was denied. You know, it's saddening, and it really changes the color of things for me. However, being a humane person, I'm not going to allow the racist the racism that our people are experiencing to, how should I put it, to affect my thoughts in regards to what's happening in this situation. But color folks, I want you guys to just always stop and think. And I want you not to forget that we had our day very similar to this. Okay? Now it might not have been due to war in a sense, but I want you to stop and think about the past, think about our history, and know that history repeats itself. And I'm going to pause right there for a second to give those of you who understand what I'm saying a moment to reflect. It's it's really heartbreaking, you guys, to just watch all of this happen on TV, trying to understand, um, you know, how the U.S. is playing a part, how they're not playing a part. Um, just seeing the damage and the destruction of the Russian troops coming in, the convoys of military trucks and armor, just a relentless siege to take over the whole, all of the cities of the Ukraine. And then to see the nuclear power plants over there, Russia getting possession of them, or basically getting control of them. And so far, it's two nuclear power plants that they have now gained control of. And then, people that I've talked to want you to sit here and act like, oh, it's no big deal. It's nothing to worry about. Really? Now, we do understand that the United States is, if not the most powerful military force. We would come in maybe a close second, but we definitely rank top. Um, and in stating that, uh, I have to throw Trump in here. You know, people when Trump was saying, make America great again, that's basically what he was trying to focus on is old state government, old state business, which consists of transportation, defense, and commerce. The United States has always put majority of their money towards defense. So we know that we are a strong threat to most countries. However, at the same time, do we really want to be at war? Do we really want to send our troops to war? You know, missiles fly where people send them. Now, while we might be able to retaliate and beat the threat, it's people's lives that are still lost during the process. And now Russia, who is clearly a threat to all, they want to act like it's, some people want to think that it's just Ukraine. No, to all. Because in my mind, after he takes over the Ukraine cities, he's going to try and continue. Why would he stop? He has now gained access to more nuclear plants than he had before. Okay, what's stopping him from just continuing to uh come into the other countries, into it's nothing stopping him. What is his goal? Nobody knows his goal, nobody knows his mission. But I just want people to think, let's say there is a war right now that we have to engage in with Russia. Are you ready? Do you have food stockpiled? Do you have water? Do you have gas in your car? Do you have your earthly personal possessions ready? Do you have your medicine? Do you have your clothing, food, just the bare essentials that you need to survive? Guns, ammunition, a tent, a fishing pole to be able to live off grid. I mean, people, we sit here and we live under the protection, so-called protection of the United States government. However, I want people to hear my voice and understand you have to be ready. You never know when your life can turn into the lives of the Ukraine people. Okay. And like I said before, for those who didn't catch it, history repeats itself. So I'm going to close, but I want you to hear my words and I want you to stop and think. Color folks, we are so unprepared. We worried about going to the club on the weekend. We don't even have, some of us are going check to check. Not to say other races are not and other people are not, but I'm talking about my people because I know about y'all. I am y'all, okay? We just have to be prepared. We don't, it's not funny, but we are so unprepared. We got some people saying, "Oh, I don't even want any guns in the house. Guns kill people." Okay. All right. All right. Even after everything that has been going on in the world, we still have some individuals that believe that. But I wonder what your thought pattern is going to be when you wake up amidst bombs coming down on your head, destroying your personal property, your cars, your family members, the only home you may know that you have invested in, paid money for. I wonder what your thought pattern will be then when you have to flee that residency and go on your own, learn how to live off a grid. Heat is not guaranteed. Power is not guaranteed. Your own safety determines the safety that you provide for yourself without a gun, okay, or any other ammunition. Don't forget that part. No tent, no fishing pole. We barely have decent clothes to be on our backs. We barely have a decent winter coat to put on because we want to be cute and we want to make a fashion show everywhere we go. We don't even have a decent pair of boots because we want to be club ready. I mean, I want people to really hear my voice and then stop and think about your situation and just be prepared. If it's not prepared for something that could be as devastating as a war, just be prepared for everyday life and survival and living the best way possible just in case. I live for and I live in the future. I plan ahead, okay? I haven't even acquired the things that I feel I need, but I have basically what I feel are necessities, okay? But there's still some stockpiling, I should state, that I need to do. But my message is not to scare anybody. I just want people to think on this channel. You know, Sky Life wants people to think and be realistic about what's happening in their lives, in the world today, and in real life situations. Okay. So I'm going to close this and I just want us to reflect, you know, because it just took me aback that I was hurting and emotional about the people of Ukraine. And then I see the young lady come on TV, even though I heard them stating that, you know, colors was taken off the bus, you know, and being treated um, disparately. It really, to hear her voice and to see her, it really just moved my soul in a negative direction. However, I will remain Christian and, you know, humane throughout this entire process. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to close, but please reflect and think about what I said. I had to do this video because I want people to think and just be ready. But as always, you guys, do everything in God's divine order. Do everything in the spirit of righteousness to make sure righteousness prevails. Sky Life loves you guys.